Hi, everybody. I am Kevin Ioli from Yahoo Sports, and my guest is a familiar face, one of the best fighters in the world, the UFC Women's Featherweight Champion, Cris Cyborg Justino. Hi, Cris. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show again.
Absolutely. Love having you. I'm really looking forward to your fight, main event of UFC 222. So back to back main events at T Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. This time it's against Yana Kunitskaya. A lot of people don't know Yana. They know you, of course, as one of the best fighters in the world. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect out of Yana.
You know, Yana from Russian, and she's before champion 135 Invicta. And after her last fight on 35, she's heavier the day the fight, and then told her go up the division, and then she's the real 145 now. And I'm very excited about it. She's a strike girl. She's like a strike game, and she have a little bit grappling too. And I think it's gonna be a great fight.
A lot of people like to strike, and then they get in with Cris Cyborg, and they say, all of a sudden, I want to fight on the ground, or I want to fight somewhere other than striking. Not a lot of people are willing to stand and throw punches with you. Do you think she's the kind of fighter that will be willing to stand in there and trade with you?
You always have to respect the opponent. I'm training really hard. Like I train everything. If you have the situation, go to the grappler. I can use my grappling too. Everybody know I like striking. I like to be stand up, and she's gonna be stand up too. It's gonna be excited fight for the fans.
Yeah, that's the kind of fight that I think most people like, where there's exchanges and we see a knockout in the end. It's been, I think, since 2008 since you went to a decision until that Holly Holm fight. Were you happy with your performance in the fight against Holly? You had gone 9 years? That was, I think, a little over 9 years with all finishes until you fought Holly. It was. I think a clear decision in the fight. Holly maybe won the first round. You came out and won the rest of the fight. Were you happy with the way you performed in that one?
No, I'm really happy. I trained really hard for fight Holly. I think she's the real fighter. She's heavy. She have a lot of boxing fights. She's no take a punches, and she defend her belt in boxing 13 times. And I really knew she's gonna handle my punches. And I really happy. I think the more the women's MMA growing, the more fights, the more like decision are gonna happen because people getting better, people getting learning, and they're not gonna finish it just in the first round. And this is challenging myself too for me learning to fight better each time. And she showed me a little bit, Cris have patience, Cris showed the right time for punch. I think she challenged myself a lot at that fight.
Do you feel like it was vindication in a way? Because some people were saying, well, you were so big that when you fought all these other girls that they were too small, much smaller than you. You fought Holly, and not only was she the one that beat Ronda Rousey, she was a world champion. But when she fought in boxing, she fought at welterweight 147 or super welterweight 154. She won world titles there. So do you feel like in beating her, that was some sort of vindication for you?
Holly, she's a big girl. She's 5'54" and drop 135. I don't know how she do that, but maybe she has some secrets because I would like go 135 from you really hard. And I think she's a big girl. I think the show people see, and I think that fight she's bigger than me. If you know, I cannot have to know how much weight she's wins, but if you see her on TV, you can see she's bigger than me that fight.
I know you were in Portugal. You were doing seminars and maybe on vacation when you learned about the fight. Did you have any second thoughts about taking it, given the fact that you want to put on a show and you weren't in a regular training camp when you heard about it when Max Holloway got injured and had to pull out of his fight?
I was in Portugal working doing seminar, and then share the history for all the kids, everything. But when they call me and say would like fight, I first say no, I'm on vacation. I was keep training. I was training. I think like you for improve your game and for learn your game, you need to keep training, not just training when you have fight. Because when you train and have fight, you have to focus your weight and the plan for your opponent. And I have 3 weeks and then 2 weeks training. We make some plans, but I will keep training, for growing my game. I will train all the time. I just check it out and see all my cards, everything, and I feel great. And I was thinking, why not? I think the champion have to be ready anytime, anywhere. And as I said that, and this is just to prove I'm going to be ready Saturday.
I interviewed Dana White a few days after you had fought against Holly, and I asked him what was next for you, and at that time he said Amanda Nunes, and you, the bantamweight champion, which I think would be a fabulous fight, and you kind of expressed, you weren't so interested in that. I was honestly surprised that you weren't so interested in fighting Amanda. Why? Because that would have been a tremendous fight. What was your objection to Amanda?
And in the beginning, everybody asking me if I would like to fight Amanda. I don't want to fight Amanda. She's Brazilian. I don't think it's good fight Brazilian against Brazilian. But she say I want to fight Cyborg, and I'm never say no for anybody. I will. It's my job. And if Dana White and Amanda want that fight, and my fans want to watch this fight, why not? But for me, I don't think it's cool Brazilian against Brazilian. But at the time she's calling my name, I'm just training, be ready. And I say, man, I can be ready for her July.
So if you win this fight in July, that would be Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier on that card. Potentially, we still don't know yet, TJ Dillashaw and Demetrius Johnson. So if you get on that card, that might be the biggest platform that you could possibly have, right? Because two other championship fights than yours, that would be a massive show. That would be a great thing for you to show your skill.
I don't like to be the matchmaker, but like it's a bit the champions against champion. I think it'll be an amazing night, and they having one more champion against champion gonna be cool. But Amanda have next fight too, and let's see what's gonna be this fight. And if she's still the champion for sure, if I'm be still the champion too, I think it'll be an amazing fight July.
I wanted to ask you something. The other day, got a lot of attention. Ronda Rousey debuted in the WWE, and you and Ronda were always connected. Everybody wanted to see you guys fight, and Ronda kind of had some harsh things to say about you over the years. You two didn't necessarily get along. You had even brought up potentially wrestling Ronda in the WWE. Is Ronda in your past now? Are you convinced, okay, I'm past her, I don't have to worry about Ronda, I don't have to think about her, and are you now just focusing on your MMA career and not worrying about her?
The reality, I never worry about Ronda. I think Ronda, she's a amazing fighter. She big a lot of things for women's MMA, but I was never call her out. This is one thing I never did, and she's always calling me out and speak bad thing about me. But I think she doesn't want attention because when she started fighting, she already the champion. She's having to bring attention for her, and she started talk about me for people who start to look at her, and I can understand her plan. But the reality, I don't think this fight in her mind, she would like to make me and her.
Right.
And you can see, her last two losses, and she's give up and she's go WWE. It's cool for her, if she'd like to do this. It's a different sport and a different job for her. And I think she's gonna be a nice place, the acting and fighting for all their fans. And I think it's gonna be great for all the fans. Follow her in UFC, can follow her in WWE too.
I want to ask you something. I don't know if you remember this, but I want to talk to you about your relationship with the UFC and really, especially Dana. And when you fight Jarena Bars in the Lion fights, I remember having lunch with you that week and talking to you about the comments that Dana was making and sort of the relationship that you guys had, and you were really upset. Now you kind of saved a show. We're like 3 or 4 years after that. You saved a show for the UFC. Do you feel like your relationship with the UFC and Dana in particular is improved? And are you guys seeing eye to eye now?
I know the first thing you have to do, like you have to learn to forgive the people. And like if you see that, I don't have to say anything, but just when he's put the belt around my wrist and now I'm his champion, I don't have nothing to say. Just keep my job and people have to forgive me. Then I do that, and I'm happy and respect them, and then doing the best they can for me now.
I noticed something on your finger there, on this hand. I noticed something.
Yeah.
Are you engaged now?
Yeah, I was engaged before Holy Fights, and I'm really happy about, and yes.
Oh, congratulations! So when are you getting married?
I don't know yet. Soon.
Oh, you haven't set a date yet, so you got to win the fight to pay for the wedding, I guess, right?
Yeah, I have a couple things I have to do before. I'm gonna adopt my niece, and when she's come, move to us and live with me and see, and then after we're gonna think about that.
Oh, wow. So that's interesting. Well, let's finish, Chris, with this. We talked about the kind of fight that is going to be. Do you feel like if Yana comes after you, if she does fight the way that your knockout streak begins, is that kind of your goal to restart the streak of finishes?
You have to prepare for everything. I think I have more experience than Yana. But I hope she's gonna come in for make a great fight for all the fans, and all this is to wait for. And I'm excited for Saturday.
We are excited to see you as well, Chris. I appreciate it. It's always fun when you're fighting. It's explosive. You know that. There's going to be action. All the best to you, Chris, and good luck on your wedding coming up.
Okay, thank you guys. Check it out my YouTube channel, Cris Cyborg. You can see Cyber Nation videos are gonna be Altimore.
You do
Thank
a
you.
lot of good stuff on your YouTube channel, so we'll definitely
Okay.
give that a plug. All the best to you, Cris.
Okay. Thank you.